Good morning. It is seed starting time of year, and here we are at Royal City Nursery, and I'm just going to do a little run through on how I like to start my seeds in the springtime. There are two methods that I like to use, and the first one that I'm going to show you is with the Jiffy Pellets. This year we have Jiffy Pellets in 3 different sizes, depending on what you're wanting to start. We have the small little itty bitties. We have the standard size that we've always carried. And we have the jumbos. These, we had some greenhouses last year we were able to get that actually had these pellets in it. So this is the refill pack for those. And I like this size, especially for tomatoes, because if we do these, if we get our timing right, we don't have to pop these up into a bigger size. It's got a nice big meaty medium for those roots to grow into. And if, as I say, if we've got the timing right, we may be able to just put them straight out outside with a little transition period without having to pop them into a bigger size. Jiffy Pellets, super easy. Put them in some sort of a vessel, fill it with water. And after, it takes about 20 minutes or so, and it ends up swelling to be about that size. Sometimes if you give it a little bit of a squeeze, it's still got a hard core in the middle. It's not completely saturated. So just give it a gentle squeeze, stick it back in the water, and let it re-swell. It's got to be nice and soft the whole way through. And then all we need to do is pop the seeds in the top. What I have here are my marigolds. And because marigolds are fairly reliable, I put in 2 into each pellet, seed side down. I put 2 in there because it's pretty rare to get 100% germination out of a package of seed. Nature is not 100%. And that's it. That is a planted Jiffy pellet. And then we put it into some sort of a dome effect, something with the covered dome, because what we're trying to do is keep the humidity up. And once they've sprouted, that's when we take the domes off. But when they're like that, put them inside of a dome and put them in a warm spot. At the moment, sunlight is not essential, but heat is. Keeping the bottom of your tray nice and warm or putting it in a sunny window, either works well. The water that I use, I do put a seedling starter in there because yes, a seed has all the nutrients it needs to sprout, but then nothing else. So after about a week, these are ones I did last week, and I managed to get 2 coming up out of this marigold package. I am sadly going to sacrifice the weaker of the 2 so that I only have the 1. All right, so that one grows up to be nice, big, and strong. This one, only 1 of the 2 seeds germinated. So that's not bad. All right. The other method that I use is actually soil in a cell pack. And let's put this to the side before I make a mess. And this is what I'm doing when I have lots and lots of, if I want to do lots of seeds. So this is a cell pack of 72 come in this unit. And my seedling mix, as always, my Fafard seeding and sprouting mix. Really love the texture of this one. I like to pre-moisten it so that it's already damp before it goes in. And I'm going to pour it in. Make a lovely mess. Usually put as much as I can, sort of load it up on top, and then I scooch it around to fill the edges. Smush it around. I'm gonna give it a tap and see where I've missed. The tapping is essential because otherwise you're gonna have nicely packed ones in the middle and nothing on the edges. Sometimes they look nice and full, and then with that tap, it sinks down. All right, so to keep time on our side, I'm not going to fill the whole thing. Normally I would do the entire sheet. But again, with these, I have my starter mix in the water. Give it a little bit of a dampening up at the top so it's fresh. Take out my seeds. Love that sunshine. And then pop them in. Again, I love marigold seeds. They've got a little handle on them. Little fuzzy top is the part where you grab and push it in. Again, I'm going to do 2 seeds per cell. And then gently cover it up. And that is how I start my seedlings. Once the whole dome is, or once the whole tray is full, I make sure that I have my labels that say Marigold on it, and I put them in. To start with, I lay them down across the row. I do a whole row of marigolds, let's say. I put my label with its name on it right across. And I do that with each of them so that I don't lose track of who's in where. And then I put on my dome, oops, and take them off to somewhere warm. So that is how I start my seedlings in the spring. Take care, and we'll see you soon.